Hey, how's it going, you guys? Just wanted to touch on another subject today for today's blog. After I touched on a little bit of personal independence, one other thing that's really key to establishing this as a young adult is looking after career opportunities. So one thing I wanted to reflect on for this past year is my internship experience that I really had and how I really look back on this a year later. So after going through senior year, I wanted to talk a little bit about my internship that I had this past summer and reflect on any final adjustments necessary to my life to ensure the transition to adulthood post-grad is as smooth as possible. Completing an internship in business this summer was one of those adjustments I thought was necessary to really set me apart from my competition and teach me the skills required to land a job I love after I leave college behind in the next month. However, as I reflect upon my past 2.5 months as an intern at a growing company in San Francisco, I left my role behind with mixed emotions and was really wondering and asked the question, did this experience help me? And if so, how? Here, I'll attempt to break down the positives and negatives I've come to recognize over the past year that can help you better understand the value of an internship if you're looking for one this next summer. So, breaking down the pros. First of all, I want to talk about one key one that I saw, which is improved time management. After enduring the high stress sales environment that was my internship over the past summer, my perspective on my personal time has changed drastically. Working so hard and so long has taught me the value of my time and how important it is that you spend it efficiently in order to stay happy. It's super easy to slip into the blur of everyday life as an adult, and if you don't pay active attention, the world will fly right by you and you'll be left feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. Plan your days and don't waste a moment. This past summer, I really stressed the efficiency of a routine. However, over time, this got a little draining. So my weekends were really my only outlet in terms of having fun and cutting loose and finding the time to de-stress and really focus on my personal life. However, one thing I would like to emphasize is building in personal time throughout the week. I know this is something that's going to be daunting in my next couple of months as I rotate into the adult world and working a full-time job. However, finding some time after your 5 o'clock clock out is really important. So make sure that you spend time to invest in yourself and your own personal health. Another pro that I really noticed was better and more authentic relationship building. One of the many surprises that came along with my internship experience was the exposure I gained to new networks of people, both in and out of the company I worked for. As expected, there was some ass kissing to management by my fellow interns, but what shocked me the most was the diversity of those around me. While we were all selected and recruited for the roles we possessed and all came from the same modicum of success, our backgrounds varied wildly. Some of my best friends during my internship came from Indiana, Seattle, Washington, other areas of the country that I had never been to before. And while this was new to me to some extent, this fact challenged me to broaden my network of peers and friends and in ways that I had never done so before. Unlike SDSU, or actually pretty similar to SDSU, we were all in a new environment, uncomfortable, and it challenged us to embrace vulnerability and change. This is a lesson for success I'll carry with me for a long time and has definitely applied to my success in college. So now I just wanted to touch on one of the main cons of the job and in internships in general. This really depends on the role and the seriousness of the role that you take on. But for me, one big thing that really impacted me negatively was stress. I had a pretty terrible work-life balance during my internship. And as I mentioned previously, my internship forced me to learn how to best manage my time. And this was a trial by fire. As a result, my work-life balance was a complete mess, only having a day on the weekends available to truly relax and enjoy myself. On weekdays, I worked from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a 2.5 hour commute each day. And this became incredibly hard to manage my responsibilities both at work and at home. I had taken summer classes at the exact same time, so overall, I felt pretty overwhelmed. At the same time, it was also very difficult to squeeze in personal time for myself. So my advice for you here is if you aren't exceptionally driven about the field or industry the internship is in and you're young, don't do it. Find something that you're genuinely curious about or want to learn more or develop your skills and go after it. Otherwise, if the job's going to ask too much of you and you don't have the passion to see it through, it might not be the right role for you. These companies advertise to young adults who are uncertain about their goals in order to capture the extra productivity that comes from your passion to learn. Don't let them take advantage. Relax, enjoy your freedom, study, and refine your interests. In my opinion, it's much smarter to devote all your energy and focus to a cause you're in love with rather than wasting your time as an expendable resource elsewhere. So overall, internships are a pretty mixed bag and it varies from company to company. However, I would recommend doing one, especially if you're young and especially as a sophomore or junior, because this is definitely something that's going to reflect well on your personality and your career experience on your resume and really set you forward in terms of your career. However, This is definitely something that depends on your interests and the field that you select. Or the whole basis of an internship is to develop your passion and find something that you're really, really good at or interested in. If that interest doesn't come intrinsically, it's not going to work extrinsically. You have to find something from within and chase it. Otherwise, it's going to take everything from you. Overall, would just like to say these internship experiences are definitely a wild ride, and I highly encourage you to go seek one out. Thank you. Bye.